So you're thinking about moving to Forney, Texas? Well, in this video, we're going to be discussing the top 6 neighborhoods in Forney, Texas, and we're going to do a couple of things for you. First, we're going to jump into the Google map and show you where that neighborhood is located inside of Forney, what's it close by. Then you're going to jump in the car with us and go for a ride. We took extensive footage of each of these neighborhoods so you can see it up close and personal, and we're gonna get after it right now. Hey, if this is your first time to the channel and you want to know everything there is about living in Dallas, Texas, and the surrounding areas like Forney, then subscribe below, tap the bell for notifications so you can be the first to learn about the current market in Dallas. My name's Levi. You know, the team and I, we get calls and emails every single day from people just like you, and you, and you, and you, looking to make their move to Dallas. We absolutely love it. So whether you're moving in 9 days or 90 days, just give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, or even schedule a Zoom call, all in the description below. Happy to help you make a smooth move to Dallas. So as we mentioned, we're covering the top 6 neighborhoods inside of Forney, and spoiler alert, they are all pretty close together. Forney's not that big of an area. It's only about 27,000 in the population. We've mentioned this in several other videos. We actually have a full vlog tour on Forney, Texas. We've got a full map tour on Forney, Texas as well. And we cover this extensively and so that it's a growing suburb out just southeast of downtown Dallas, only 20 minutes away, so very convenient. But we wanted to kind of get a little bit more in depth of the top 6 neighborhoods because we're getting a lot of interest in Forney itself. We're getting a lot of calls and emails about it, and people kind of want to be in a growing area that's still a little country, which is a great thing about it because there's not much around it. So that's the cool thing about Forney is it's kind of got that country feel a little bit, but it's also fast developing. But then also you're only 20 minutes from downtown Dallas, so you have the convenience of the city nearby as well. But otherwise, we want to give you a quick overview of the top 6 neighborhoods so you can see them for yourself. And let's just jump in my computer and get started. All right, so here we are on the map, and we'll just take a look. You can see Forney's right here on the southeast side of Dallas. You could actually say it's more east. But this is what we talked about. We've actually got another video called The Pros and Cons of Forney. So, but you can see if you come onto 80 turns into I-30 right here, and you've only got about 20 minutes. This is only about 20 minutes to get to downtown Dallas. So that's one of the positives of being in Forney, is being in Forney right there, and you know, being that close to Dallas. So if you just want to go in for the day or for the weekend, then it's very simple to get to. And of course, as we mentioned, the downside is the airport. This is really about 45 minutes if you go all the way across Dallas. So 45 minutes. You can also come up here on 635 to get over there. You could come through downtown Dallas. You could try to stay on the south side on I-30 and just come straight up on 360. So you've got 3 different routes that will get you to the airport. But again, that's about 45 minutes without traffic. So that's just something to keep in mind whenever you're traveling or commuting, that you want to do that. But again, you're right here. You can see Lake Ray Hubbard right here within 10 minutes, depending on where you're coming from in Forney. But you've got a pretty good shot right up here to some of the south side parks to Lake Ray Hubbard. And then of course you've got Rockwall right here as well. And right along here, just south of 30, right in this section is the Harbor District. We've actually got another video, a full vlog tour on Rockwall. So where we show you the Harbor District, which is right along here. And of course, the sun sets, the sun comes from the east and sets in the west, right? So it sets over here. And the cool thing about Rockwall is this area is pretty elevated, and so you get great sunsets off the lake. They're absolutely beautiful. Some of these homes here in Heath, I love them. If you ever want to consider Heath and you want to build a lakeside house or buy a lakeside house, it's some of the best lots right there in all of Dallas, in my opinion, because it's just amazing. Some of the homes over there get that sunset every single night. I tell you what, it's something to be seen. But otherwise, let's zoom in here and check out these neighborhoods. You can see you've got a golf club and yacht club right not too far, but yeah, Forney kind of encompasses this whole area right here. We've mentioned this too before, is that it's kind of out here, you know, not a lot of development going on right here. If you compare that to all of North Dallas. You look at Frisco, of course, Frisco was very well populated. McKinney prospered. You can kind of see these gray areas, light gray areas, kind of really shows you the population density versus the undeveloped area. So you see how all that's merging together, and then you come down here to Forney and you see how it's just kind of off on its own right now. So there's still a lot of area that is open for development, but at the same time, it's just got that good country feel, so to speak, out there. But you got quite a bit. So let's start over here with our first neighborhood. We're going to go all the way south, which is going to be Heartland, which is actually going to be off of I-20. It's on the very south side. And you've got not too much over here because this is kind of on its own, but you do have a few things. Of course, you do have a gas station. You've got a couple little, like this Heartland Park, pool, lake, and trail area. So you've got this reservoir over here. So a couple little spots you can kind of hang out around here, but otherwise there's really not much, I will say. So Heartland, even though this is a developing area, there's a lot of new construction. As you can see, there's just not a lot around it. So it's a great option for a starter home, and also, with development going out there. But otherwise, you're going to need to come up and into Forney, the main areas, so to speak, all the way up here to do your grocery shopping and things like that. There might be something located along here, along I-20, but not that's showing on the map. Let's see. Let's go over here. Okay, you got a barbecue spot, and I don't really venture off to this along 20 too much, so I can't really tell you from personal experience. We've looked at a couple of homes in Heartland, but not, it's just not as popular as some of these other neighborhoods we're going to discuss. But we do want to keep it as an option on there because there are some new construction opportunities out here, and actually right along here, along Heartland Road, this whole area right here, they're building a whole new community right here as well. So there's option for a lot of new construction going in there as well. So that's something to keep in mind. So again, you're getting in early on this side of it. That does allow room for a lot of appreciation, a lot of growth. But I would say the biggest downside is you're just going to have a little bit of a drive to get to things. But hey, if you do your grocery shopping once a week or something like that, then it's not going to be that big of a deal. But with that, let's go check out Heartland. All right, so our next neighborhood on the list is right over here. It's called the Trails of Chestnut Meadows. It's right here, this whole main area. Let me see. Pretty much all of this section right here. And you got Heath Ridge right next door. I will say this, Heath Ridge is another main neighborhood, but there's not an HOA over there. So just keep in mind, you're gonna find some lower price point homes and they're not an HOA. So again, the thing is, you know, a lot of people are against HOAs. I kind of am myself when it comes to maybe townhomes or condos. I've never really been a fan of HOAs in those situations, but when you're in a community, I think they're a big plus. And the reason being is because they keep things out. They keep some of the riffraff out, like people parking motorhomes and trailers and boats and everything, and broken down cars in the streets or the driveways. So that's something where an HOA can be very, very helpful. And so I wouldn't look at it as a downside. I think it helps keep the value of the community and the neighborhood, and also the aesthetics, and you know, usually you have to keep your lawn mowed, so that's another good thing. As to where an area without an HOA, you know, anything can go, right? But over here in Chestnut Meadows, which is basically all this whole section right here, you can see you got Jackrabbit Stadium right there. So if you like the Friday Night Lights, you've got Mulberry Park. You've also, right over here, you've got the Forney Community Park. If you check out our Forney vlog tour, I'm in this section over here. Lots of fields, baseball, soccer, hiking and biking, everything else, trails you can do all around there. It's a huge park right there in the center of Forney. So that's just something to keep in mind. You've got right up here, this is the old historic part of town right here, just a very small section, but otherwise that's going to be the closest area for you know, the down, or not the closest area, but that's where the historic district is at right there. So you're not too far from that. Look, you've got a firehouse right in your backyard, but everything you see, you've got the main commercial area right here. So you've got a ton of commercial going on all in this area. And so you're just going to come out of your neighborhood and go right up 540 right here and hit everything you need. If you check out our other pros and cons, I'm not sure if it's out now or if it will be coming out depending on when this video is published. So you see here, I talk about on the cons, traffic being a developing area. See this train track? There's a train track that goes right there. So when you're coming into town, this turn right here can get a little bit bottlenecked. So I'm going to say that's going to be the biggest downside to being over here on this side in Forney until they develop a better solution for that area. You know, with the amount of growth that's going on, that's a little bit of a traffic situation, but other than that, it's not that bad. You could always come the opposite way. If you're in Chestnut Meadows here, you could just come out this opposite way if you need to go into downtown Dallas and hit 20, or actually 80 from this direction. Would probably be a better situation to do that than going that route. Your GPS might try to take you this way just because that could be seen as the shortest route to get to the highway. But as far as that bottleneck right there, depending on the situation, you might want to come out this back way and come out and get onto the highway somewhere around here. That might make more sense, or even come over this way to go to any commercial. But over here you have mainly, let's see, there's Lowe's, there's the Walmart Supercenter, Starbucks, Chipotle should be over here, or Chipotle is actually down here. Raising Cane's, we've talked about Raising Cane's. That's a great, chicken nugget, chicken finger place from Louisiana. And you got Chipotle right there as well. You got the Jack in the Box. You got, that's the little hospital area. That's an emergency area. Let's see, Christina's Fine Mexican Food, Panera Bread, So you see you've got everything just right there on the other side from your neighborhood. So everything within close proximity, but let's go check out the neighborhood ourselves. All right, so the next neighborhood on the list is going to be Overland Grove, and that's going to be right down here. You can see again, here's main Forney area, and if you come right along here, it's right there, Overland Grove. This is pretty much a whole new construction area, all development going on right there. They've got some finished homes, but they have a lot of building going under construction right there. Oh, look, you even got a tattoo studio close by. So you need to get tatted up whenever you're going home after a long, hard day, right? Because that's what everybody does. But yeah, Overland Grove right here, a lot of development going on right there. So you'll actually see as we're driving through, a lot of empty lots, a lot of homes half built. Some homes have been finished, but otherwise this is going to be a master plan community, and it's going to be pretty nice. As well. So they've got some fountains and nice entry point, and then the community parks and the community pool is really nice as well. So again, a lot of opportunity to build over in Overland Grove. It's a great spot. Let's just jump in the car and go check it out. All right, so our next neighborhood is going to be Grayhawk, and Grayhawk, we come right, it's right across the street actually from Overland Grove. So if you come over here, you can see you can cross right over into Grayhawk, but it pretty much encompasses this whole area. You'll see when we're driving around, we kind of drive through this backside. A lot of this is already finished out on new construction. There's a lot of new construction going on in this neighborhood, or this area right there. We've actually secured several homes for our clients in this area, but they've got a great community park and pool right there. So if you buy somewhere in the new construction area that's developing right here, you're going to be within walking distance of that. But other than that, you can see all of the homes in this area. Really nice. I like it a lot. It's a great neighborhood, and there's some great new construction opportunities over there. Again, this whole phase has been pretty much finished out. Most of the new construction is going on right here. So there's still a few opportunities left in there, but mostly a lot of it's been sold out. But hey, let's just go check out Grayhawk. All right, number 2 on the list is going to be Fox Hollow, and you can see Fox Hollow is right here just on the other side. And again, everything, I mean, you've got Chestnut Meadows, you've got Overland Grove right there, you've got Grayhawk right here, and then you have Fox Hollow right here, and you've got the huge community park right there. You've got historic downtown area right there. So you can see along 80, everything, a lot of everything you need is right in here. And then of course, all your major commercial area is right here. So Fox Hollow is actually going to be the closest one to everything going on. It's right across the street from the Forney Community Park. All very well developed. One of the first nice neighborhoods that came into Forney. So pretty much encompasses that whole section right there. And you'll see there's not a lot of new construction. It's just onesies and twosies here. But other than that, this community is mostly developed. They're starting to add on a couple in the back over here, but not too much. It's mostly finished out in the Fox Hollow area. So if you're looking for a pre-existing home, this is going to be a great location. But all the homes in this neighborhood are really nice. And again, you're right across the highway from everything you need. So let's go check out Fox Hollow. All right, and number 1 on the list for Forney neighborhoods is going to be Devonshire, and it's going to be right up here. Whoops, that kind of covers it up. But Devonshire is actually on the north side, right over here. This whole main section, still a lot of new construction going on, especially in these back areas. They've opened up some new construction over in this section in the 300s to 350s, which is, again, as we mentioned, Forney is going to be one of the most affordable suburbs to break into, especially with new construction. But you can see here, Devonshire is a master plan community as well. So all this whole section, you've got great water features and ponds as you enter in. They've got a great, pretty cool, pool, community pool, all of that going on right there. So Devonshire is just considered the most desirable neighborhood, you could say, in Forney. But of course, that's always left up for discussion, right? But it's out here. There's not much else around it except you've got North Forney High School right across the way. And so it's just a great option. You come right down the road here, and this is going to take you straight into everything you need. So you don't have to worry about the train track over here, the bottleneck or anything. You've got pretty easy access when you're coming off the highway. You're just going to exit off and go straight up into Devonshire. You can also come this back way down Ranch Road and come in the back way to Devonshire as well. So if this is usually backed up, then you could, exit off a little earlier. So that's pretty, that's a top secret way to get into Devonshire. So only you and I know that now. But other than that, it's right here on the north side. It's a great neighborhood, very well established, but at the same time, still some new construction opportunities going on in Devonshire. And let's go check it out ourselves. All right, well, that wraps up our tour of the top 6 neighborhoods in Forney, Texas. We hope you found this helpful. And again, whether you're moving in 9 days or 90 days, feel free to give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, or even schedule a Zoom call, all in the description below. And until next time, well, we hope to see you around town.